Hi guys, my name is Wiz and I'm a freelance visual designer. And as you probably click on this is that you're probably curious how the hell did I get attracted these big brands, Nike, Yamaha, Philips, Plan, Amazon, Ring, Unilever. But yeah, it's incredible journey. And I'll tell you a little bit of story how I started. I started 12 years ago when I was just graduate from fashion studies, and it wasn't anything to do with like graphic design at all. I just did pattern cutting, learning how to sew. And I remember the job market was so bad and really like peanut pay, so I thought like, okay, I might as well work for TK Maxx and restaurants waitress. Throughout that time, it wasn't like a dream job or anything, and I just like, okay, you know what, I will do this to pay my bill, but use the circumstances of learning how to be a good customer service at this cashier, and how to deal with complaints and stuff. So with that, training became my like, okay, I need to stay positive, learning how to be communicate with people. So that's like a good first starting point. Okay, so when I finally like have a stable income, I decided to start doing my freelance as a graphic design. And people around me, they didn't believe like that, because 12 years ago, the technology and the whole remote work wasn't really exist so much as like, yeah, you're definitely gonna get a job. It sounds like a too good to be true, but we normalize it now, right? Especially pandemic. I started out just like a very cheap gig. I did some like restaurant brochure design and things like that. And still trying to follow my passion for fashion, but of course it didn't work out. Then I decided to like, okay, let me just give it another shot on LinkedIn, just clean up my profile and post my work. There's this painting I did. It was back in college I did. It was a painting of a woman in Japanese couture inspired by John Galliano for Dior, and it was stunning. I remember drawing that. I was so proud of it. I posted, and then this woman, she contacted me through LinkedIn. I wasn't really thinking about what's I'm gonna get any job or anything. I was just like, I posted, at least I cleaned up my profile. She approached me and said, I like your work. I would like you to design a collection for me. We met in London, and then yeah, she loved what I do, so we just like, okay, let's take off. Let's go to Turkey together and hopefully produce our first sample together. I thought, wow, that's like my dream, like just traveling for work, doing something that I love. So I went to Turkey. It was amazing. Like I went to Izmir, and everything was paid by her. It was like 5-star hotel or something. For me, it was like really amazing. So after we let the collection being created in Turkey, I went back to UK to stay with my brother's house. And then I eventually moved out of my brother's house and to move to London, so I can just follow my dream doing fashion design. It didn't work out at all. Like I have no prosperity, and sometimes you have to listen to your gut. Sometimes like feel like you kind of constantly saying passion, but is it really for you? Like you have to question yourself, like, do you really feel it, or is it just a way of other people saying that this is fashion for passion, this is your passion? No, and I was thinking to myself, not really. It's just like something that I thought I enjoy drawing, and this eventually could be my job. So I was open, and in desperate time, I started start working in the become a salesperson for charity. So I would go knock on people's door and trying to sell charities subscription. At that point, I thought it was the lowest point in my life, but actually it's the greatest gift of my life. That job gave me confidence to handle rejection. I remember like knock on hundred doors, and I get like tons of rejection. And I remember my first day, I got 3 subscribers. That's like £20 per subscription. And for me, like I went back to the office and I was like, hey guys, I got three sign up, and their jaw just dropped. They're like, what? And they said like, you know, like first solo day, normally people don't get anything or at least one or two. You got three? And I said, yeah, I did. and and I mean, like, what that job taught me is to handle rejection with grace. Like, you have no idea. Like, people just tell me to fuck off and just things like that. But because of my pure, persistent, and positive attitude, and deludedly, like, just give positive smile, give positive experience, and make sure they have the best time ever. I treat everyone as like they're my first class clients in a way. So yeah, it's just like a constant repetition of giving, giving, giving. You know, like I give you good day, good smile as a gift, you know, and I don't need anything back. I don't need your smile back. Just it's a gift. I'm a very generous person. So I have that mentality already that I'm a very generous person in terms of giving positive to people and don't expect anything back. And that became like a starting point how I shape my freelancing gig. So I thought like, you know, to continue the journey path of become a freelancer is nothing compared to being a door-to-door salesperson. So I really go at it. Like I was like, reach out to almost like connect with almost everyone on LinkedIn, and they're probably like so tired of this bombarded messages. And then I stopped. I was like, it's not really working for some reason, and I just like stopped trying, and just start focusing on myself. That you know what, I'm gonna start doing my own work, and created my own beautiful collection of design. So I got back. I got back from my client, and then she's like, "Yeah, please bring the final collection back to Netherlands." So I flew to Turkey, and I remember like I didn't eat for 2 days because I was so broke. I was like, okay, I finally get to eat food in Turkey. Oh my God! Finally, the hotel have, you know, free breakfast kind of thing. I was very skinny back then, but anyway. I bring the collection back to Netherlands, and then I work for her a bit, and then I remember unfortunate thing happened to her, so we stopped the whole fashion collection, but she still does business consultant, and she's like, can you do this graphic design? I was like, sure, I can do brochure design this pitch deck. And yeah, I can do the website a little bit. I can design just a little bit through Photoshop, believe it or not. And I remember like, wow, I didn't know that I can design website. I didn't know that I can do many things through this graphic design field, because in fashion, you're only focusing on the person body, and the limit of creativity only exists on the person. And I thought like graphic design, you can go through many different portals. You can be brochure designer, pitch deck designer, web designer, and animator, video creator. Like it's so much that you can do. And I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna ditch my fashion design. And from that point, I just decided like, okay, let me focus on, let's make my portfolio focus on graphic design, and just label myself as a graphic designer, update LinkedIn, everything. And I remember that time I was so broke, I sleep in the office floor. I just like, I remember like I didn't have shower for a bit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna join the gym, and then hopefully that I can go to shower. And throughout that time, yes, it is probably, I hate to say that that's the lowest point in my life, but it wasn't for me. I felt free that nobody is bothering me. I feel free that I finally have my personal space, even that in the office floor. But for me, it's just like, okay, I can finally have my own space and just like chill and focus on myself. And that's where I felt the happiness in a small moment, or the lowest moment for other people, but for me it's not. It's a sense of freedom in that point. And that's probably the breakthrough for me, that I realized like this is so small to consider like it's nothing big like compared to everybody else. Some other people might find this hard, but for me it's like, oh, this is nothing compared to what I went through in my life. When I first registered my business at Cafe Car in Netherlands, And I remember like what name did I want? I was just like Weary Design. I don't care. I just need to register. I didn't think much about the branding, the name. It's just me designing, Weary Design. And I thought like, okay, let's see how it go. I remember like trying to do my portfolio. I didn't have any clients to work with. I just not big brands or anything. So I just make up a case story about Food Trend Finder, how it's gonna help local people find food trend from other country, and you put it in a portal forum that to ask local restaurants and cafe if they can make this dish. You know, like that kind of like fun concept, like 3 slides on my portfolio. Just say like, oh, if this is a problem, and here's a solution that I came up with, and this is how I'm going to execute it. So that was like 3 slides of me showing my own initiative and my common sense and my passion in food, that like I would love to see that this to come to real life existence if I have money, that kind of thing. You know, I already made up some idea already, like how am I gonna say this to the interviewer. Finally, my recruiter, Aquin, they contacted me. They found me on LinkedIn, and they said like, hey, I have a client that love to see your work. I think you might fit the profile. I was like, sure, here's my CV, portfolio. I sent it over. And I remember he came back to me and was like, oh, yeah, you're a client, love your portfolio. Do you want to have an interview? I was like, yeah, sure. And normally with recruiter, they keep their client name private until you're kind of like seem qualified. So yeah, when he's like, okay, cool, you're gonna have an interview with Unilever. I was like, oh, what's Unilever? And he's like, okay, do you know Hellman's mayonnaise? I was like, oh yes, yeah, I know, yeah. And Knorr, yes, yeah. And my brain just like, huh? Oh, this is good. Yeah. Like it's like a slow, you know, processing mode on your computer, just like the wheel going like this, like yeah, no. And then he's like, yeah, Unilever is a mother company of those brands. I was like, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Are you serious? My first clients in Netherlands is Unilever. And I thought, wow, what the hell? Like, I cannot believe it. I was so shocked but happy at the same time. To be honest, I thought, I almost fell off my chair like when I heard the news. So I was like, okay. So I'm just like treating myself. I remember I wasn't too nervous actually. I remember like I was excited to get this job, and they really liked my portfolio already, and especially the case studies that the concept of Food Trend Finder portfolio was the one that highlights them out of all the work that I done with other like small clients, but the one that my creative concept win them over. That's the power of your own common sense. You know, if you can come up with a scenario how you could solve the world, or you know, make an impact into the world, they like to see your thinking rather than, you know, work on real actual clients. Sometimes you have to be creative with what you think the world needs, and show up how you're gonna like solve the problem. And that's what they're looking for. And I've been using this theory for like, I don't know, past 12 years. Like it's one of those things that I know how to talk. If you have a first interview first time with me, normally I would get like 90% chance of getting a job, because not just that I'm good at convincing or anything, I just really good and importantly enjoy telling a story of like, you know, how passionate I am about my portfolio. Because like people who hire me, like they can sense it, like because this case studies that I built, I explain it with passion, with excitement, and like with like I smile. When I look at them, I smile with my eyes basically, because I really show them what is it like to work with me. You know, we're gonna spend 40 hours per week, and you know, this is how you're gonna get energy from me. I show them up as they are my first class client, and I acted like they're already my client. So I show them what's it like, and I said to them, I always say this to every client. I said like, okay, let's say you have like 100 assets that need to be exported and converted to different channels, form and sizes. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay, if I start in 2 weeks, I will structure these assets into 3 pillars, and then we're gonna have like divide into this. And my estimation to complete these tasks, it will be around 5 working days. So that approximately, I would say 2 weeks, including feedback. And they love structured thinking like that. They love, first of all, problem solving. 2, timeline. 3, expectation. Every clients love to hear that, and I use this scenario ever since. Sometimes, like over the years, I realized like I can use this kind of case studies over and over again until like it's kind of be outdated, and I finally have real client that actually have interesting case studies that I can present to them. And yeah, so I've been really lucky, and also not always, freelancing. I work part-time for a design agency and get to work for TomTom Sports, another design agency full-time, and get to work with Yamaha, Universal Picture, Samsonite, and so on. And after that, I finally come back to freelancing again because another recruiter contacted me like, hey, we have lease plan gig if you want to jump on it. And it's really good pay. So I was like, yeah, sure. After a while, I worked for after I worked for lease plan, and then I approached by another recruiter for Philips, and things just evolve, But during that time, while everything's evolving, you have to change your design title as well to adapt the market. Like if you look at a job posting, I don't really apply. This is funny thing. I don't chase jobs, I attract them. So I look at the job description and look at like the recent trendy job title that's people are looking for at the moment. It's still in the same graphic design field, but the title is just like a clickbait for recruiter. And because I want a high pay gig, so I rather have recruiter persuade the clients that, this is why am I worthy designer to work for them. After that, I get to work for Philips, and then after that, the COVID hit, and this is where it's a tough time because I went back to negativity again, and it was hard for everyone really. Then I remember things start picking up again. I work for Rejection, which is actually through my friend's husband. So like social networking is also very important. Like sometimes you just tell people like what you do not in a pushy way that you're like you want a job from them, but you just tell them casually and build trust on just you're there to be friend with them. And throughout those time, I even got gig from walking my dog, and then this girl, I was talking to this girl, and she's asked me to design a website, and I was like, I just got 3K. I was like, okay, that was nice. And there's times like that just happen, Then a recruiter came to me for Click. Yes, like Click Digital is a streaming platform. And then after that, I got a gig from Kobe Marketing and to work on Nike projects. So I get acquired to work for Nike. And I think this is where I understand what's creative flow mean, because when I work for a great team, I have an amazing creative director and project manager, because of that energy infusion and our excitement, determination, I lost track of time. I'm just in my creative flow doing my ink painting and drawing this Nike iconic swoosh, and just lipstick, mascara, you can just go crazy on it. And I was in the most amazing time in my life. Even though it's stressful or pressure, but I felt rewarded Like I felt like my teams was behind me. They're so helpful. They're so driven themselves, and I feel aspire to be like them. And that's what I felt like teams should be. But you know, time as a freelancer, like time come to an end, projects end, and so on. Then I went to Dutch Startup Association. It's nice to work for startups because their mind is more open to like new software. They use like a lot like a new tools and things like that that I never knew. That really helped my workload a lot. And yeah, it's a fun. It was a fun journey until my other recruiters. Like by the way, I have many recruiters. They approach me. So update your LinkedIn. You don't have to be active actually, by the way. You can just like post and just let it be. You know, just like show that you exist and active a little bit. The recruiter approached me, and guess what? It was Aquin, the first one, the one that got me a job at Unilever 10 years ago. So now it's a different person. She said like, hey, we got this gig, it's called Ring. I think your profile will fit. I was like, oh sure, what is Ring? And she's like, oh, just Google ring the doorbell, you know. I was like, okay. Yeah, I don't even know the product actually. No, actually I don't know the product. So I was like, okay, cool. And she's like, oh, by the way, it's acquired by Amazon. So you're basically working for Amazon. I was like, my jaw was like, what? No way. I attract Amazon. No shit. So I remember like having an interview, and I had a really good time. You know, especially just like, you know, I think the two interviews, it was like really quick and easy, because I just tell them the story of what I believe, my own story of how I would do, how I could help them, how I could be helpful to them in a way, like just build a scenario like, okay, if I start in, I don't know, 2 weeks, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to structure this and this. And usually if I use my automation, this will take about, I don't know, 4 working days, for example. And with that, let's times it by 2 or 3 for feedback round. Then yeah, it will be delivered by XX date. So I use the same tactic as I always did, to be honest, with every interviews, and this worked out for me every time. But of course, not just that kind of strategy of, you know, talking structure, but it's also about bring your positive energy to it, like bring your excitement, like, and talk your project with passion and proud and how much you love it, and show a lot of common sense. People need to understand what it like to work with you, right? So you need to bring that energy. And oh my god, I give my all. I was like 100% myself the whole time, you know. And funny enough, I wasn't nervous at all. I was just like talking to them as they are already my colleague. So it's like a law of assumption, like you're already like with them already. And yeah, I got a job basically. So it was pretty quick that I started working for them. Yeah, I think I worked for them for like 1.5 years, I think, and then I left, and now I'm here. Oh, actually, after I left in Japan for the first time, it was really fun, and so now I'm just like, okay, I feel like at this point I've been so grateful to every journey that has faces me with so many struggle, but it's like a hidden silver. It's like a silver lining and everything. It meant to make me become stronger. And you know, I think it's really important to have like a positive attitude to everything, even that like something is not working out for you. And I've been through a lot worse to really tear me down. I can sleep on the floor and I'll be fine. You know, like that's the strength of mentality, that you drop your ego and you're just like, I'll be fine. Like I don't even tell a story. Like when I was sleeping, when I was living in London in a share room, I even only have like a suitcase, a mattress, and a duvet. That's it. Like I don't even care. Like I was happy enough to have a sense of freedom. I'd rather not stuck in a city or town that doesn't give me prosperous or give me enough opportunity to grow. and I can live a comfortable life in the countryside, but then or like in a small city, but I want something big, and I'm willing to sacrifice whatever in front of me, like sleep on a mattress floor in a dirty room, no problem. Like fuck it, like I'll take anything to be successful. And that's gonna take a lot of mental strength to just come to that. And most people will come, like, if when people see me in person, they're like, God, Wiz, you're always positive. Bitch, you have no idea what I've been through. I am at my most happiest now because I went through that training, and every struggle I put in my mindset mode as training, because this is not the end of this is not the end of route for me. This is my mental, this is like my mental and physical strength training for me. At this point, I really want to help people to feel comfortable and have this strong courage to step up and do your own thing. What I forgot to tell you is that when you show your artwork as your portfolio, show your authentic self, and whatever you don't design work to please other people, because it doesn't resonate with when you present work, when you present your portfolio and talk with passion. There's no passion in it because that's the work that you're trying to please people. But you show when you design with your own passion and your love for this problem solving, people can see it, people can feel it when you explain about it, and you just like, they can really like they actually want a taste of your work, because they feel better after, like, you know, like after 1 hour into it, like, oh, I feel really good. Yeah, I need a bit more whiz. You know, like that kind of thing. So it's like, it's important to show up how you can make that day better, and always show up your work as they are your own masterpiece. And just like Rick, you know what, I resonate a lot with Rick Rubin. He said that your artwork is like your diary, and it's so true. Like every piece of my work is like my diary of how I develop and grow, and how I learn to use my common sense of like how to problem solve. That portfolio was my growth, and how I learned to see the world, and how I perceive and take action to make an impact, hopefully to everyone, and hopefully people can see themselves that this is how I'm going to solve their problem, basically. And yeah, always treat your artwork like they are your diary of growth. It have all your wisdom notes and everything, and you should cherish it and present it with passion. At this point, I really hope this helped everyone to have a courage to follow their passion and just do your own thing. And yes, sometimes you might want to stop and look at, like, is it really working for you? Like, sometimes it's okay to be pessimistic, you know, and just see like what's work. If it's like doesn't feel right, just like how I questioned my fashion design career path. I thought like this is my end, you know, I study this, but sometimes it's okay to change. And maybe those change it meant to happen for you, because you probably have way more capability than you think to make that change. And I changed to become this graphic designer, visual designer now, is purely through my curiosity and my intention to help people. And yeah, that's how I did it. So I hope this video actually, yeah, help you guys. Sorry, it's been a long video. By the way, if you guys have like beautiful story about your own path, or you have any questions, I love to get connected with you. I love to make people feel good. So just tell me what you need to know. You know, I love connecting, and I like to be, and I always live by this quote, by the way, like whoever you're surrounded with is what you become. And it's so true. And I love surrounding myself with the people with like-minded, and who have, you know, ambition to, you know, just doing their own thing. Okay, cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching this whole time. I really appreciate it. So yeah, like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. do your thing. I love you. So see you next time. Bye.